Way down in the hollers of West Virginia to Tennessee live the shiners and blue collars, simple folk like you and me. If it falls, we let it lay. Just a story for another day. And if it grows, we grow it high. To the good Lord by and by. Down in the holler, way down in the hollers of West Virginia to Tennessee live the shiners and blue collars, simple folk like you and me.
I'm Johnny Ashley, and we're in the hood in the woods. Today, we are in friendly Gary, West Virginia, which is Gary, Indiana's big brother. Now, I don't know if this is like an old restaurant or an old bar or club or lounge or what, but you see right here on the plywood on the window, they got the Coaldiggers logo painted, which would have been the high school team for Gary. The town is located in Gary Holler. It is named after Albert Gary in 1902. In 1906, Gary, Indiana was named after the same Gary. Gary was a lawyer, and with his uncle he co-founded the Gary Wheaton Bank. In the 90s it merged with Bank One. In 1898 he became the president of the Federal Steel Corporation, and they were becoming rich making barbed wire. Barbed wire was very influential. It tamed the West, where people could just cut down the open prairie land and tether their cattle into place. It was also a lot cheaper than wood to export out west. With the help of J.P. Morgan, in 1901, Gary merged his steel company with Andrew Carnegie's steel company and also with William Moore's National Steel Company to form the U.S. Steel Company. In 1902, during its first full year of production, U.S. Steel produced 67% of the steel manufactured in America. The 14 coal mines in Gary Hollow produced a quarter of the coal exported from McDowell County. In 1911, the U.S. government tried to break up U.S. Steel using antitrust laws, but they failed. U.S. Steel was not only the largest steel producer in the world, it was the first billion-dollar company, and they owned the largest fleet of ships in the Great Lakes. Gary Albert died in 1927. Although a lot of the coal camps were segregated, white workers and black workers had good relations with each other because they were working together all the time and also fighting together to unionize the coal mines. If you can't hear from the background music playing through an open window, lots of blacks integrated from the deep south to the coal fields for a better economic future. And to this day, McDowell County has more blacks per capita than any other county in West Virginia. After the Brown versus Board of Education lawsuit in the 50s, the schools began to integrate, but were not fully integrated until 1964. Only 2 incidents happened in McDowell County where the integration of the schools was fought, and one of them was here at this high school. But it only consisted of a bunch of students sitting outside saying, 2468, we will not integrate. The vice principal saw what was going on, and she just ran the class bell about 10 minutes early and dispersed all the kids to their class. In 1950, 65% of the working population of McDowell County worked in the coal industry. That breaks down to 18,000 people out of the 100,000 people that lived in the county. In 1960, U.S. Steel built the first water treatment plant in McDowell County. Until then, all the human waste was just poured into the water system. Gary is located on the Tug River, which ends up being the border between Kentucky and West Virginia before it flows into the Ohio. Gary declined with the coal and steel industry. The first public elections were in 1970, and in 1972 the town was incorporated. In 1982, all the furnaces in Gary, Indiana shut down. U.S. Steel abandoned Gary, Indiana, just like they abandoned Gary, West Virginia. In 1983, the unemployment here was at 90%, and that was the highest in the United States. In 1987, Gary Enterprises bought one mine, and they leased several other ones. In 1990, Gary had 180 mining jobs. In 2003, U.S. Steel sold all the remaining assets to Pin Oak Resources. In 2014, the population was 908 people, with the average age being 57. So what that's meaning is that everyone that's still living here is most likely someone who had something to do with the mine while it was going on, and they's never left, but their kids have left. The population is now 722 people. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you did like, hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, you need to hit the subscribe button. Check me out on Facebook as Hood in the Woods and on Instagram as Abandoned in Appalachia. For more mountain music, check out Clovis Draper's YouTube channel.